All right. Go ahead.
So, another match night. Champions League, Newcastle, PSG, or should we say PSG Newcastle as it's away. As you can see, running across the screen, we've got the lineups. Might as well start there. I'm a little bit surprised with a couple of players in the lineup, but what's your initial thought, Rob?
Well, I'm kind of happy that there's some change. Really, it's probably not down to Eddie, making them changes. I think he's probably had to be forced with Joe Linton injuries, and Bruno as well doesn't want to risk it. So I think he's sort of really been pushed into it and not actually on his own will at times.
Yeah.
But it's good to see Byrne back in the squad. I think that, he's been vital really in defence, to be honest, this season, just not at left back. And it's good to see Elanga and Ramsey getting full minutes, hopefully, in this game. And it gives them the chance to be sort of creative on the wings, whether it's sort of like that, or you've got Ramsey sort of in the midfield or coming up on the left. I'm not too sure, but no, I'm not too fussed about the lineup at all. Really, I think.
Got any volume at all?
Yeah. Oh shit! I thought this was on. Pressed it.
So we've been chatting away. And
yeah. Wow. Okay. Great. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay.
Well, guys, I do apologise if there's anybody there. We were a little bit behind, obviously a little bit rushed today, typical, but we didn't realise we had the sound turned off. Right. So we'll start again. It's obviously another Champions League night, last of the group stage. PSV Newcastle. We have obviously the lineups going across the screen. I'm a little bit surprised with one or two, but what do you think, Rob?
Well,
don't worry about repeating the last 10 minutes. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to try and shorten it what I said before, and I'm happy with the lineup, and I think it's good that there's some minutes in the tank for some players that I think have struggled, with their form, and I think they need to start a game. They need to sort of get into the atmosphere of the crowd. They need to get into the tempo of the teammates.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not too fussed really, and I know that these players are capable of performing well. I think it's just more about it's got to everybody gels together. It can't be just one person has an outstanding performance. It has to be the whole team.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, hopefully he will. With the fact that you've got Big Dan Byrne back in, I've got a feeling it looks like the way the team with the team lineup, it looks like he's going to be more of a 3-4-2-1 than a 4-4-3. So, of the places you would want Dan Byrne, you would want him as a centre back, really, but he can play left back. But I think his strongest position is centre back.
Yeah.
But he's got Lewis Hall on that left hand side with him, so I would think that'll give him a bit of help because Hall's good at tracking back and helping defensively there.
Yeah.
That's his natural position. Interesting to see what will happen with Ramsey and Elanga. I think they'd probably be the two that will be sitting just behind Voltemada.
Yeah.
Trying to run off him. Which could be interesting because I think I've maintained that I'd like to see him play that kind of high 10 role in the middle, and then having the players running around him and see. So hopefully, yes, I think it's a good lineup. I am surprised that neither Gordon or Barnes start, but then I suppose, we've got to look at it a bit differently as Joe Linton's out injured. He's not in the squad, so I suppose you've got to look at it of where do you play people to fit in to cover his role, as well as Gomera has been on the bench rather than starting. So, it looks quite a strong PSV squad.
PSG.
PSG squad, to be fair. So, I suppose he's gone with what he can.
Yeah.
And hopefully, all being well, I think it's a good strong lineup.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got PSV that they're is obviously on paper and on the group.
You keep saying PSV.
I keep saying PSV, PSG, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep saying. They're sort of 59% of the vote as favourites.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're holders, so. Yeah, I mean, you can go like they're at home. They're the holders. They've scored, I think. I don't know whether it's first or second in like most goals scored in the Champions League, and they're a big team. So, to be fair, looking at it, really, we haven't got a bad rating as a predicted to win, sort of number.
Well, no,
we've not been
22% probability to win it.
Yeah, it's not.
It isn't that bad,
No,
considering.
And
but,
it's a good thing that we're sort of getting a bit recognised, against teams like these. That we're not just going to be an easy win for them, or just a game that can be shrugged off or whatever. Where it's not too much to worry about. It's going to be a difficult game, and I think we've got to make it a difficult game for PSG. We've got to frustrate them, at home. We've got to show them that they can't just, waltz through into the knockout stages in the Champions League. You're going to have a hard opponent, and I think we should try and do that.
Yeah.
So that's what I expect to see.
Yeah, no, there's no reason why we can't give them a game.
No.
Hopefully, we can come out and have a good fast start, which is, for me, is what we need.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did when we played them last time, and we come out on top. And I think if we can push and press for the game, or the majority of the game, and grab a couple of early goals, we've got a very good chance of doing the job today. The league, as in itself, it's a case of trying to make sure we don't lose is our biggest priority, because obviously we'd rather try and get through and see it as in that we can get through in a position that's going to give us an automatic match rather than having to have a playoff. And on prediction, really a win is what it would guarantee us that.
Yeah.
A draw wouldn't be a. Listen, we can't. We're going through. That's not a problem. It would just be nice if we went through without having to play another qualifying match.
Yeah.
That would be where my. Where my.
Well, speaking of other things with the club, when we are now on the 28th of January and there's been no incomings on signings, and the only outgoings have really been some youth players, and that's it. Nobody's gone in, nobody's gone out.
No.
Do you think that we should really try and get someone in? I know we don't have a big pot to sort of spend this window. Do you go with how things are going? You just have to buy someone with it and hope they're good enough to last long, or just go save the money and put it for in the summer?
I think we ought to try and get a couple of players in, even if it's just the cheaper end, to help with the squad to get us through, and then buy bigger in the summer would be my scenario. And I think we talked about it a few weeks ago, but it'd be somebody that I would seriously consider I know he's getting on a little bit, but as he's now been released from Chelsea with mutual consent, so there isn't a fee to pay, is why not look at Sterling for the rest of the season as an option for?
I I sort of agree, but then I sort of don't agree with Sterling because you go, yes, you don't have to pay a transfer fee, so you know you don't have to cover, you don't have to worry about paying that, and then also wages. But his wages are still extremely high for someone who is then probably gonna want to try and start at least over one of the wingers we've already got. So then you go, you're paying 300 grand a week or whatever for someone that should be starting over Gordon and Barnes, and then if not, you're just paying 300 grand a week for someone who's not going to even play most of the time.
I agree with you, but why not look at the possibility of pay and play? If he doesn't pay, he doesn't get. If he doesn't play, he doesn't get paid. So if he comes, trains, and he's not good enough to get in the squad, he's not getting paid. He's got to come in, prove his worth, and he's got to play. If that's the case,
I don't see Sterling doing that kind of deal. Nothing
no,
wrong. There's
not,
nothing wrong with like not saying it as a negative thing, but I think every move Sterling's done has always been he's got hit the wages he's always wanted,
yeah,
especially with City and Chelsea, Arsenal, even not that I'm not trying to say that he's all about the money, but I think money is a big aspect in his career choices, and I think he wants to go to a club that will pay him well. Um, but I'm thinking more centre back choices. Some names in the news recently, Kurt Zuma.
we want the cat kicker.
Mm. Uh,
There's
it's a
no,
free
listen,
agent.
he's a good. He's a. I'm not going to deny he's not. He hasn't been a bad player. I don't know whether he'd.
Yeah.
Who would he go in again? Who would he go in front of if you thought about it now?
I I just see it as someone on the bench and in a situation where well, I mean, I don't know, really. You see, the thing is, with how things have gone, you look at the game where Cher might get injured or Chow, you go, oh God. And really, we have Alex Murphy, we have Lascelles, although Lascelles is a bit, still on recovering. But Eddie Howe doesn't play them a lot. It makes us sort of think we have to get someone in because we don't know how good enough they are to actually cover, you know, a position or a role if a player's injured. You
Yeah,
know, and it's sort of just wasting money or wasting time on players when really you've got someone there. Yeah, it's just I don't know.
yeah. It's there's no reasoning why it couldn't work. What about somebody like when you look at it, you get somebody like Dunk from Brighton. He wouldn't he be the sort of player as well that you could possibly get in
Yeah, I
cheaper?
I think that would be a good one because him and Dan Burn would
Yeah, they
obviously
played together
connect,
before. They know
play
each
together.
other.
There's a connection, and I think he's still probably capable of doing a good job. Um, but then yeah, you've just got to go well to the likes of Alex Murphy or Lascelles. You got to really just go well. At the minute, lads, you're not doing anything. You might as well just go out the door on loan, or
Yeah,
we'll terminate your contract, which is harsh, really. And I mean, there has been a few times Alex Murphy hasn't done a bad job, and even Lascelles at times. Lascelles, I think, has actually done all right in some situations where he's had to, play centre back for
yeah,
injuries
yeah,
or whatnot.
yeah.
But it just seems to be a thing that because Eddie Howe never really rotates or lets players get legs in, then you can't really trust them in scenarios where we need somebody,
Yeah, yeah. No,
and
know
then
what
we
you mean.
then struggling to buy people in the window, and you know, there's nothing wrong where I'm not saying we've had the best of seasons, but there's been games in the season where we've been comfortable or we've been winning, and the substitutions we've been making is the same ones. Why not let a youngster play for a bit, or why not let someone who's had an injury come back, sort of recover from it, and see how he is, like Kraft.
Yeah.
Emil Kraft, he's had a knock, but I don't think he's been back for a while. Let him come on, let him run on the pitch for a bit, or just somebody. Let them sort of show that they're not just sat on the bench just to be a number. They're sat there to be ready in case they're needed. But it's just never that. They just sit on the bench, and then he will just go to, well, no, not disrespecting them, but to the likes of a Willock or or a Ramsey. They'll just go, right, you're coming on now. And it's like, that's, I don't know.
You look at it today, today's match. You could go. We could have gone. Well, we qualified. Chances are we'll get a lower team in the playoff. So let's maybe try that route, and then we could have given players a game. But I guess when you're sat there and you're in the top 7 or 8, which we are, you sit there and go, well, if we could nick it and win it, we haven't got to play again. And obviously Eddie's mentality is he wants to have that opportunity first, so we've got one less game to play.
Yeah.
But we're not giving any of these kids a chance, and there's got to be a time for everything. There's got to be a place to get them into the team and give them a chance. But
well, the thing is, I get that sometimes that you don't want to rush players in too quick in their development, and you want to take time with them. That's fair enough, but I mean, he gave Miley a chance, and he turned out to be really good. But the thing is, we're hearing so many promising things from a lot of the youngsters in the youth squad, and they just barely even get a chance. They might get a call up into a match day squad on the bench, but then they don't get to get minutes. A few names. Alfie Harrison. But bar that maybe one game in pre-season that we watched where he wasn't really too great in midfield, he's scoring a lot in the under-21s. He's doing really well.
Yeah.
Stanusi, he's doing really well. There's Lewis Miley's brother.
Yeah,
why not let him? Why not let him on? They've worked together. They've probably trained together. They're probably sort of. I know you've got to look at Longstaff. His brother's in Canada now. He hasn't really had as much as the career at Newcastle than his brother, but give it a shot at least, or
Yeah.
I don't know. You just sort of we just seem to be frightening off youth prospects on coming here because there's just barely any chance given to them. You might as well go, well, I'll go somewhere else and I'll get a chance to maybe start there and then I'll stay there.
Yeah.
Rather than come at Newcastle because, unless I fucking score 3 goals every game and I'm absolutely amazing,
I'm not getting any more.
I'm not getting any. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
All the most I might do is get on the bench for a match day, but I know for a fact I'm not gonna get picked over the likes of the main 5 that would come on in a game. Like, look, Sahara's on the bench. He's been on the bench for the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 games. I guarantee you he won't come on.
No. And that's a shame, and when the lads, he's obviously been proving enough for him to put him in onto the substitute bench. He's obviously proving enough there.
Yeah.
So it makes you think that there's no reason why they couldn't. But we've kicked off, so let's hope we can get a good fast start. And
have you seen also, just as a quick thing, especially while still talking about transfers, Man City are letting go of Omar Mamouche for roughly about 20 million odd.
I would buy it.
I'd buy him, yeah. Omar Mamouche, when he signed,
I was unbelievable.
I hate saying it.
We put in for him.
I think we might have done, yes. Although I hate saying it, I'm pretty sure one of his first games or his second game at City was against us, and he scored a hat trick within the span of 14 minutes or something like that. PSG breakthrough, real quick here. Good from they claimed for a shout for a handball. They did this a year or two ago.
Well, Miley got absolutely ringed.
No,
it hit his own arm first. Up onto,
yeah.
Yeah, it hit his arm up onto Miley's.
Yeah, it's never a handball in my possible penalty.
If they give this, it's as bad as it was two years ago when they.
That is horrible, really. There is no intention. There's no nothing from Miley. Literally, he gets past Miley really good there. It bounces up, deflects off Barcola's arm, and Miley's just got his hands out trying to just sort of hold on to Barcola, not shove him, but just try and slow him down. And after it deflects off Barcola's hand or arm, it hits Miley's fingers.
It hit his arm, then it hit Miley's hand.
But to be fair, when you look at it as well, does it actually affect the trajectory of the ball? Not really at all. Barcola actually could still get to the ball there. Ref is now going to look at the so it's most likely going to be given here.
He's got to see that it comes off the Paris Saint-Germain.
They'll go because his arm's into his chest though, or his arm's down. His arm's not out. But you go, really? Even if his arm's in, it deflects off the body. That's mine. Oh. We cannot concede a penalty shout within the first minute. And it has literally only been like a minute. We're in 2 minutes 25, and they've been looking at it for like the last minute. So the ref is now going to give the penalty. Penalty has been given already.
It's a disgrace. I'm sorry, but that is a disgrace.
Why is it in many leagues, if it's taking the deflection off like the body, it just makes no sense. There's no intention. The ball, literally Barcola can still play the ball and shoot. So apparently Miley moved his hand towards the ball, and that's why it's given. Ballon d'Or winner looks like he's going to be taking it. And there's nothing Nick Pope. Well, obviously you expect him to try and save it, but it's a tough situation for a keeper here. If he saves it, fucking love him, but I'm not expecting too much. It's already fucking going downhill. So it is going to be Dembele to take it. Oh, yes! Yes! Get in, Nick Pope! Yes! Get in there!
Oh my word, what a
save! Nick Pope! All the hate for Marseille game and whether Ramsdale should start. Well, not disrespecting Ramsdale, but oh my god.
Just what a save that was.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Offside flag for PSG.
So now we can have a bit of a minute just to calm down.
Jesus Christ.
Absolute great save down to his left.
To be fair, it wasn't a bad penalty from Dembele. I think he needed to put a bit more power into it, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, brilliant from Nick Pope. Holy Luis Enrique, he's I think he didn't even get up from his seat from the penalty, because beforehand it showed him. Oh, he's now up. Showed him set in his seat. Oh my god!
So we have Arsenal 1-0 up, Athletic are 1-0 up against Sporting, Copenhagen are 1-0 up against Barcelona, and that's the only scores so far.
Well, yeah.
They're going to give a free kick for that now? Or?
No, they didn't. We've seen it before, that we understand that the rules of handball in the Champions League is different than other leagues, but it literally, it was a deflection off Barcola, and even if it just hit Miley's fingertips, it still fell in front of Barcola, who could have easily shot on goal. It wasn't like it hit and then it went behind him or ruined the momentum of the ball or whatnot. It deflected off. I don't know.
You wouldn't have seen that given
in the Premier League. No, they would go. It deflected off. It was a deflection. Didn't have time to move his hand or whatever. Stuff like that, and it's like the lightest of. It wasn't even hand. It was finger, literally finger. But Pope saves the day. For now, we just gotta maintain ourselves, be a bit better defensively because we sort of let Barcola break through quite easily there, and
they're given quite a high press at the moment.
Yeah, which is what they're known for. They're very good at sort of just everything. I mean, although they lost to Chelsea in the Club World Cup, they were just really good there, and they just played the ball around with ease. They ran down the wing and they ran and just played the ball beautifully, and they basically created the spaces that they wanted and executed every pass perfectly. We just need to try and sort of close them down and do what we have been known to do best and get them on a counter attack. That's really what we need to do.
Yeah.
Not saying that they're bad defenders because they're great, but Marquinhos, he's 36, something like that. He's not young as a defender. You should be pushing that. PSG have a go here, shot and in. And Patiño scored already. Oh man, that just see what
there
it
was
just
there was
no
midfield.
No midfield,
no
but
midfield there
but just see how PSG managed to make that so easy.
Wrong way around.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, we're not 1-0 up. No.
Yeah, that was just.
But just see how they
spread it out to the wing.
Spread it out, and it was just so easy.
Dan Burn did the right thing, stood his man up, but then the ball was played into the middle, and not a single Newcastle defender or recovering. Well, actually, there was no midfield there at all. It was just defence, and there was nobody actually marking a man.
No. But that's what PSG make it look so easy because they can create.
Yeah.
They are able to create just opportunities, and they just take it so well. So we are now 1-0 down. At least it wasn't to that shit penalty, really, because I wouldn't have wanted it to have been by that penalty. Tonali plays the ball to Elanga, but the keeper comes out.
Arsenal 1, Kyriat 1.
All right, so they've equalised.
To the head, Copenhagen to the head. Club Brugge.
Dan Burn wins that back beautifully. Tonali can create something here. Ooh, Voltemada's touch wasn't the best. Tonali has it back though. Plays it on the left. Hall now, nobody quite there. Can't swing one in. Manages to just play it back into the goalkeeper. Didn't even try and win a corner. I was poor from Hall there. But really, we don't have Gordon on the wing. Well, I don't know why Gordon isn't playing, if I'm honest. I know there's bigger games as well after this that you might want to rest him for, but, Hall has always been really with Gordon. He's never really worked with anybody else much. Played him, really a bit of a poor clearance from Chow. It's a corner to PSG. With the way how things are going, PSG could win.
It was surprising for me that when it came to the lineup, with not having Barnes or Gordon in the team, it was kind of like you have left out your two main scorers in the Champions League.
Yeah,
but
a lot of people are just.
I suppose he's trying to think of a different setup's going to make. But actually, this team at the moment can't even get a hold of them.
No. And I know I said I wanted other people to play, but it just seems to me at the minute with just from the first 10 minutes, it seems to be that these players can't even play together at the minute. It's like they don't even know each other. Really, PSG breakthrough here again. Miley's managing to recover well, and he's sort of holding Barcola up. Alanga couldn't quite intercept it. Tonali, Ramsey played in again beautifully by PSG. Good save by Pope. Really good save, really. It was a good effort. Tonali making a run. He's telling Willock to try and go down the flank. Does play a ball to Willock, but it's cut out by Marquinhos. But again, just so easy to play through. Yeah. Just like butter. A hot knife to butter. That's all it is. But good hand from Pope there. And honestly, I could see us losing this game like 6-0, honestly. Haaland has scored for Man City. And it's 1-0 to City against Galatasaray.
Yeah, we could just do with a couple of minutes of trying to get the ball and just steady it up a bit and just give ourselves a touch.
Yeah, just the one thing is when we have had the ball a few times, we've instantly been under pressure and we've been trying to, score so quick from it. We need to try and sort of play the ball back, play it out and sort of spread PSG open a little bit and take our time. We're winning the ball back by pressing them, but then because we're so high up in their own half, we're under pressure immediately. Alanga does get a good header to Voltamada, but just unfortunate deflection. Keeper for PSG boots it up to the halfway line. Oh, poor chest down from Botman there. I don't know why he didn't try and just header it. Really?
When he was thinking he was being smart, laying it in the path of the other player, and actually didn't even bother to realise he had a forward behind him.
Barcola just absolutely beats Miley there, but Miley's manages to hold him up as he stops. Vitinha, amazing footwork, and it's an opportunity from Kvaratskhelia, but he just rolls it into the hands of Nick Pope. But just look at Vitinha there, footwork again, just immediately. Tonali goes up, Ramsey. It's played in so quick. These PSG have world-class players all over the pitch, but surely there should be a little bit more of an effort here. And Dan Burn loses out on a header to Kvaratskhelia somehow.
We're
woeful.
We're almost a minute behind.
Yeah.
With everything. Whether it's running,
Alanga's just really trying to get down them wings.
He's trying. I'll give him his due. He's running all over.
At the minute, although he's not been too bad, I think Willock should be more the winger here in this sort of scenario. He seems to be wanting to be in the midfield, but also the wing, which is what Gordon and Barnes has done at times. A lot of whistling in the stadium. I don't know what it's for. Somebody must be down. Or something, just a lot of whistling. Hall can play Alanga through, takes his time with it. Alanga rolls it through to Willock. Willock can swing one in, but it goes out. Oh, it's played in. Shots! Why? I don't know why Miley tried that.
Should have just
played that to Ramsey.
Played it to Ramsey. He had the straight shot rather than...
Yeah, it might have went out of play from the cross from Willock.
He just played it to him there.
Yeah. I don't know why Miley tried that.
That was terrible from the keeper. I don't know what he was doing with that.
I don't know whether maybe he thought, it's going out of play. I can get this. And then it's like, oh shit, it came back in. I don't know, but if we don't seem to even have a shot at goal or even look a bit threatening to PSG by maybe the next 10 minutes, I'd go bring changes on now. PSG, good defending there from Chow. Plays out to Hall. Hall under pressure. Does a nice turn. And we have the ball back again. To Voltamada, who's not good with his feet. Away. Yeah. Good, though, from Willock to keep control of it. Hall gives it away.
Well, that's a bit harsh. He didn't even get the ball to his feet. He couldn't give it away.
Voltamada's coming back so much to try and be in support, but he can't control the ball in so much pressure.
if the midfield don't get a hold of the ball and hold it, we are just gonna constantly just have a wave and a wave. Because every time they've got the ball, they look like they're just gonna come straight through us and score.
Yeah, and honestly, if we don't even look at sort of being a threat at all, bring on changes, because this team at the minute is woeful, if I'm completely honest. There's just
half decent headed clearance.
Yeah. Elanga actually jumped. Fucking hell, Elanga, Jesus. Being tugged back. Ooh, good effort from Ramsey.
He was trying to get
He was pulled back, but really the ref should, I think the ref's going to let this sort of be a rough game,
He's already proven he's on their side, isn't
he? Yeah. Ball possession, 80% PSG, 20% Newcastle in 16 minutes. That is crazy. Compared to most of our other games, despite whether it being 0-0 or losing. I think even against Aston Villa, I think we had slightly even or maybe just a little bit less possession. But this has just been all PSG possession.
Yeah. This, for me, just is the worst start I've seen Newcastle make all season.
Yeah.
They don't even seem to be awake. They don't even seem to be with it. There's no cohesion.
Good to win it back by Ramsey. Ramsey played back by Voltamado. Ramsey could swing one in, but no one's really making it. Where is the midfield? I'm sorry.
Why is the hole in the middle of this? Nothing.
Liverpool 1-0 up against Karabakh by McAllister. There's just such a massive gap. Tonali looks like he's a CD, I know he could be CDM, but he's a CDM as if he's just a centre back, just slightly ahead of Burn. One back by Ramsey. Ramsey's doing really well. Can set off Elanga. Elanga doesn't actually.
How does Elanga not get to that?
To be fair, the angle, the defender was much closer, but he should be putting in a bit of a better effort there. At the minute, I think the only player that's actually playing really well for us is either Pope or Ramsey. Ramsey's
trying to make something happen. But...
He's been the only one who's actually sort of won the ball back at times, if I'm completely honest. Voltamada, you can sort of say, well, his touch and control has to be a bit better, but at the same time, he's having to play so deep in our own half. He's got to come back, to even have the ball. But, we're just, I don't know. I thought I wanted some of these players to, start a game or get in. And I know it's a hard team to play against, but, when they come off on the bench or whatever, or, they do sort of get a few minutes in. They actually put an effort in. But at the minute, Bruno does not look happy at the minute. Neither does Sula.
But at this rate, you'd have not been funny that for what effort I've seen from Voltamado over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I know
Victor or Sula.
You wouldn't have even had a.
That's a foul, ref.
I wouldn't have.
Thank you.
He's given the foul.
He's given the foul.
The other way.
Wait,
do you know what? He gave it to Newcastle, and then he's turned and given it the other way.
Any yellow card for Elanga already? What?
You watch this. He gets the ball. He takes it away. And then basically he's given. And then it's the other. So he's got the ball. So there's no yellow card. He's not even touched him.
Whoa! I'm sorry. That is the biggest match fixing ever.
Yep.
How the fuck? And now he's got all the medics on. Fair enough, but a yellow card already.
No, he's not. He didn't even touch him.
He gets the ball first.
If you actually look at it, he's given the foul to Newcastle.
That is.
And then watch here, he's touched the ball.
Yeah.
He's not done nothing to him. He's not tackled him at all. Not tackled him at all. He was absolutely fine. No.
This is that I'm sorry, but what the fuck? You can literally see with the tip of his toes, the end of his foot, he manages to get the ball. It's contact. That's contact made, and he doesn't even knock into Chelsea 1-0 up against Napoli. Doesn't even knock into Kvaratskhelia, and it's immediately just a yellow card. How? But Kvaratskhelia, I'm sorry. I like him, you like him, he's a good winger. How the hell he's got injured and needing like all this stuff on him or trick? How? I'm sorry, how? That he's not. That is poor. That is fucking poor. I'm sorry. So already a dodgy penalty given, then a fucking yellow card that should never have been given, as well as a free kick to PSG, which really is actually a free kick to us, or just not if you're a free kick at all.
I don't believe I don't believe that is.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the commentators were saying when Alang was booked, Alanga's face says it all. He's not sure what even he's done. So Kvaratskhelia has actually gone off. So he's been fully substituted off.
But it was a free kick.
It was a free kick to us then. Wait. So if it's a free kick to us, why was Elanga booked?
Yeah.
What? There we go. That's my favourite word so far from the commentators. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And now PSG break away quick here on the left.
How can you give a yellow card and put a free kick in the opposite direction at the same time?
Honestly, that is so fucking strange.
So we've had a referee that's given a penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty, and now he's given a yellow card to a player that didn't even touch the player. At the same time, he's giving the foul. If it was a foul, the foul should have been to the player against the player that received the yellow card. How did they?
How the fuck?
And it wasn't offside.
No. Honestly. PSG breakthrough beautifully here. No foul. Ref actually doesn't give it. Wow. I'm surprised he wouldn't have maybe pointed at the spot and gone, oh, I saw it in the penalty area. Tonali making a run down the right wing. Oh, he could. Oh, Pacho, I think his name is, just as good enough to get in front of Tonali there. Tonali, he burst forward. He nearly went past him, but he's not Elanga in that scenario. I don't know what's worse, our team performance overall, or this fucking referee. Honestly, that's confused me so much.
We need to get some width when we've got on the odd occasion we're getting the ball.
Yeah.
We can actually find somewhere for it to go.
Yeah.
Because at the moment it's so central.
Yeah.
That we're just. But you look at that.
Baltimore's just opened that up so easily.
There's nobody going to the ball. Okay, Baltimore made the initial run towards the keeper.
Yeah, but then
there's nobody followed up. So that basically the second wave of players haven't cut the gap down.
No. So it's kept him by PSG, and they're playing it down the right hand side. And again, they're just. I mean, when they've got the ball, they've slowed it down, but they've controlled the tempo in their favour, and made the passes so perfect. When we get the ball, we instantly try and break forward. Liverpool 2-0 up already. Florian Wirtz. Good footwork from Chow. And Byrne has it. Plays it all the way over the top to Willock, who's under pressure. And then it's immediately cleared back to the keeper. Because when we get the ball, we slow it down, but then try and go immediately from 0 to 100 without even playing through the midfield. Byrne, fucking hell, Jesus. What? What? Look at this. Byrne wins it.
You're not allowed to have your feet high in Europe. That is a no-no.
But his foot is down. So where is he?
Yeah,
he didn't
but even so, he's yeah, it doesn't look like Dan Burn jumps very high, but him jumping up in the air compared to that.
Yeah,
Fulham,
I guess so.
his
Yeah,
foot's above his knee. So
I guess. Miley's
just
beaten
getting
by Barcola
absolutely
here.
done every
Oh,
time.
but he's actually managed to recover it well, but didn't clear it well at all. And now Barcola can play it in again. Miley's just struggling at the minute, but Barcola has pace.
He's just he's very good at the moment. If he can just stand him up,
yeah,
as best he can,
stand him up or slow him down and force him sort of wide.
Try and force him, stand him up, and force him wide if he can.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but at the minute this is looking like it's going to be a shit game.
Dan gets the header. Hall clears it away out to the thing.
Throw in to PSG. You know, the look on some of the players' faces on the pitch and everything. They're like, oh, what do we do? What, you know, they're like, who do I play it to? Or they look sort of panicked because PSG are making it look so easy at the minute. Look, he played the ball through in perfectly there. Chow does well to hold him up and intercept the ball. Now we break forward. Ref does give the foul on Ramsey. Right. Free kick. We should take our time with this. Right. Yeah, we need to not be stupidly quick with our free kick here. We need to play it short. Okay, we play it over the top. So now Hall has to control it and then play it out to someone now. And he's under pressure and he's managed to hold off Hakimi, but then it's lost as he tries to play it to Voltamada. Great. PSG throw in. Given away, really. And I can't really blame Hall there because Chow decides to play it over the top. So then Hall's then having to jump and then control it down. And it's just, I don't know. I don't even want to know what was going to happen in the next until half time or even after half time. You know. I'm surprised we're not more than 1-0 down at the minute. Oh, Dan Burn doing all right to hold him up. They play through the middle, deflected off Botman and into the hands of Pope. Good effort again by PSG, but I think we're sort of just, you know,
we're just hanging on.
We're hanging on, but I think we're just trying to get bodies in the box really, and that's why we're not having a midfield. Because again, that was a goal kick, wasn't it? Where was the midfield there? Literally, tried to do a flick there. I don't know who it was for PSG. Dembele tried to flick it, but he was the midfield. He was like the striker in that sort of. Oh, Pope, Jesus Christ!
He's trying to get somebody.
Voltamada can't even.
He's got.
Yeah. Tonali, Willock's not there. Oh, he's actually trying. Willock manages to shoulder him off, and then the ref gives a foul. I'm sorry. If this is shoulder, this is shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're a defender. If you're going to lose a shoulder barge,
exactly.
So ref has given a free kick. You know.
For me, if you're meant to be one of the best defenders in Europe, and you've been brushed off by
Joe Willock.
Whoever there.
Yeah, you've been shoulder barged, that's the way you're allowed to win the ball with contact. Man City 2-0 up with Cherky scoring the second. God. Lewis Hall tried to get a header on it. Willock does intercept it. Voltamada now. He's the one making the run. It's going to be awkward. Awkward turn. Awkward footwork.
He just seems so slow and lethargic.
Willock plays it in. Oh, Alanga couldn't quite control it. Yeah. I think Zaire Emery, everybody's good on PSG. And, brilliant from Arcola to play it to Zaire Emery. Miley does well to cut it out. And he's done well. I know he's. Yeah, it was unfortunate by Alanga, but I think he was coming in and maybe just to think, oh, tap it in, but then it was played over the top by Willock. At the minute for me, Voltamada, his footwork, dribbling, pace, he's so slow, and you can go
I
well.
don't understand what they must be doing with him in training.
No, but it's the fact that when he does have the ball, he's like at the halfway line. You know, I get that sometimes strikers are capable of running with the ball and good footwork. I know I hate saying his name, but he's acted it. But he's not getting the ball in a scenario where all he's got to do is maybe just shoot towards goal or maybe get round one defender and whatnot. He's got to try and get to the goal, get past three fucking defenders, and then try and beat the keeper.
It's just all the way around. It's just
ball
poor.
played over the top. PSG, Hall intercepts it. Byrne plays that out. Tonali tries to be quick and loses it again, but he wins it back. Hall manages to play that back to Botman. Botman back to Hall. Back to Tonali. Back to Ramsey. Ramsey plays that brilliantly to Chow. Good to recover there. Chow tried to play a ball to Alanga. There was the space, but it was immediately cut out. PSG shoot. Straight at home. Yeah. But again, just the passing. What Chow tried to do a pass and it was just immediately intercepted. And it wasn't even really a good pass, if I'm honest. PSG immediately it was in Pope's hand after the replay. PSG immediately have it back. I just want to get to half time and fucking hope to God that Gordon or somebody comes on.
Either PSG are just that good that we just can't do anything with them because they're that good.
Yeah.
Or we really, it's like looking at a Premiership team against a non-league team.
Yeah.
I'm not saying any team can have its day, but this is like
Man City versus who was it they played in the FA Cup where they won 10-1. It's looking like that though. Yeah. It's just honestly so fucking poor. Tonali trying to put some pressure on. Alanga holding off Nuno Mendes. Tries to claim that it came off Alanga and we should have a throw in there. No, we don't. Okay. Ball played over the top from the throw and Botman can't get to it.
It was a good job he got foot to it, to be honest, because
Nuno Mendes, Zaire Emery, now Hakimi.
He's giving that away.
But it's Voltamada. Voltamada plays that behind Willock. I love Voltamada, but unless this game is where we're comfortable breaking forward and we just need him in the box at that time, this is a game for Visser or Sula, if I'm completely honest. We're not even able to really get inside their own half at times when we've got the ball. So really, I'm sorry, Voltamada, but I think he has to come off at half time. Napoli scored against Chelsea. It's 1-1. Ramsey's doing his best effort to try and get it into an area where we can sort of control the ball. Tonali plays that back through the middle, and it's immediately intercepted by PSG again. And that was, again, I think, Chow. Poor ball from Chow. Intercepted by Willock. Really good there. I'm sorry, Ramsey. How the hell Ramsey didn't get that, I don't know. But we still have it. Elanga now. No, this is Willock. Willock should play Elanga through. He gets a throw in. Yeah, Willock had a few too many touches there, but I think Alanga was sort of not quite set off for the run yet. Burn plays it high over the top. Voltemada headers it straight into the midfield, really, but no one's there. You can't really blame Voltemada for trying to header it in the midfield.
If the ball's coming up to him as a forward up there, if he can't hold on to it, he's going to be looking to knock it down for an on-running
midfielder.
There's nobody there.
There's
nobody anywhere near him.
No. But honestly, not a silly thing. The one person that really should be there at all times is Tonali, if I'm completely honest, because the midfielders who are actually doing something is Willock and Ramsey, but they're playing sort of with the wings, aren't they? You know, but this game is just poor. I wish it could be a thing of a tale of two halves, and we all of a sudden play really well.
We've got
at half after second half, but
we have to be hoping for something, because at the moment,
there is no spark at all. We haven't even. I don't think we've had a shot at goal. Well, on target, bar Miley's. Barcola. Oh, Miley does well to tackle it. He's claiming for it to also be a goal kick, which I think it has been given. Yeah. Going to be a corner for PSG then. So maybe there could be a situation where if we win this, we can set the likes of Alanga off. But they play it short, so it gives them time to sort of recuperate. Ramsey does well to try and get it, but it's still with PSG. Played in the box. Oh, wow. The fact that just got into the box so easily, and no one even...
Out on the wing there, though, was it not a two-footed tackle on Alanga?
I'm not sure.
Because you can sort of kind of see Alanga stop as if
someone stood on the top of his foot. But the fact that came in the box so easily, I'm sorry. Pacho, yes, he skies it, but that was poor. Oh, man. Pope going to take this goal kick. He's going to go long, which is great because, Voltemada can't even header it. Tonali plays it to Voltemada, to Willock. Willock tried to play Alanga through the middle. Voltemada has it back. Play it out to the right. There we go. Back to Ramsey. To Tonali. To Alanga. To Willock. See, this is what we should be doing. Passing it, making the space. Burn. To Alanga. Hall should be making a forward run and overlapping like he does with Gordon, but he's not. Tonali. And Burn loses it. Oh, Tonali can recover it well, though. And he does. He takes it all the way into our own half and plays it back to Pope, but we still have the ball. No, I'm sorry, that's a shocking kick from Pope. Burn actually manages to header it.
You know what? I'd be sticking down.
That's a good flick, though, from Voltemada, to be fair. Alanga wins.
Fucking hell, he got it. Do you know what? I know it sounds silly. Why take fucking Volt? If you're going to use Voltemada as a front man, and knocking the balls high like Pope is, and the midfield knocking up in the air to him, right? And he's not able to get control of the ball because he's not good enough. Then I'll tell you what: stick Dan Burn up there, put Lewis Hall back at left back, and bring on Bruno, or even Barnes or
Asula.
Yeah. But
Burn. I mean, at the minute, Burn is running into space. Where is our right winger there?
Yeah.
He's now on the left. That's why. Alanga is now on the left wing. If he can't take on Hakimi here, Alanga plays it into the box beautifully. No one is there on the right wing because obviously that's really meant to be Alanga. But surely Ramsey should have been there, or Miley even. Chow now. This is a bit better. We're playing it into space.
Well, we are, but we're not in it. There's no shape because every player.
Voltemada is in the middle. We should swing this into the box for Voltemada. Hall could have barely got that from Alanga. Hall to Alanga. Alanga back to Burn. Burn to Willock. Willock running central towards the ball. Oh, Ramsey has it, plays it out. It's too heavy for Mike. I'm sorry, it's too heavy. But also, if Miley's struggling to get that, what the fuck is wrong with his pace? So throw into Newcastle, but why is pace so sluggish on players? Voltamada, and I hate saying it, but at the minute, Miley seems a little slow.
Mhm.
We're gonna go for a long throw in here, which I don't really trust because it's a high risk to lose the ball, and then we've worked so hard to get the ball here. Headed back by Dan Burn, Voltamada.
He just misses it.
No, he flicked it backwards, but no one was there. I saw it came off I don't know how it hit the back of his head. He flicked it backwards. I think Willock's claiming a handball. Is there a handball shout here? That came off of Marquinhos' hand, though.
So if he
what?
So what? So it's perfectly all right in the first minute to give a fucking penalty against Nelson, but it went to his hand. He didn't put his hand. His arm was in the air, away from the side of his body. So if that's good enough for a penalty in the first minute, it's good enough for one in the 41st minute as well. Oh no, they won't give a penalty to Newcastle.
No. Good interception there, but immediately played back to PSG. That was the best we had actually played in this entire game. The last 2 minutes there, and we took our time, but we got into space, and we took them on. Alanga probably could have maybe been a bit quicker with his movement with Hall, and I think Miley or Ramsey should have gone right because Alanga's there. One of us is going to have to sit on the right wing, and it should really be Ramsey if Miley's going to be more the fullback. But it just didn't happen. They just sort of left that right wing area open. But it was better. But now PSG have the ball, and they're probably going to have it until the end of this half. I don't know how many minutes it's going to be.
I would imagine there's
2 or 3.
5 minutes. Then.
Yeah, penalty, goal.
Penalty, they had the injury.
Injury, yeah. Paul gets a throw in. Take our time, Paul. Paul throws this to Tonali, who goes back to Hall. Hall now running with 3 men around him. And then it's immediately given away, and PSG have it for a throw-in. Because we decided to take the hardest option with our throw-in. We do a long throw-in when we're playing it in the box, but we can't do a long throw-in when we want to play it, just in any other area. It makes no sense. Pope has the ball. He controls it with his feet for some fucking reason. He's going to take his time, which is good. Let people get forward. Can't play it short because Dembele's there. Plays it over the top. Voltamada does barely get his head on it. Paul actually ooh. Napoli now. Hoyland scored against Chelsea. PSG. Ooh.
That was
poor touch there. Just a poor touch.
That should have been.
I'm sorry,
in an own goal there.
The fact that Voltamada just manages to touch the ball from that as a header is weird. Willock plays Alanga through. This is a good opportunity. Oh, it wasn't the best delivery from Alanga. Controlled by Tonali. Ramsey now. Oh, brilliant from Ramsey. He's wanting someone in the box, really. No one's running into the box.
Good control by Ramsey, but
no one's running into the box.
So now, come on, same thing again now. Get the long throw in.
Long throw in. Burn's in there. I'll tell you what, Burn will be most likely to score in this entire game out of anybody at the minute because he's actually getting on his head onto it. This is just fucking 3 minutes. Paul throws this into the box. Flicked back. Alanga headers it sort of towards Willock. Ramsey now, under pressure, manages to get the ball, can play it out, plays it back into the middle from Ramsey. Ramsey wasn't the best ball to Miley at all, and PSG have it again. Oh, Tonali intercepts that beautifully. Now we should be breaking. Willock. No one on the right wing. Miley, get up there, man. Fuck's sake. Or Ramsey even. Look, Lewis Hall, left back, is actually going up towards there. Miley gets the ball, immediately goes, nope, I'm not the right person to do this, and plays it back to Chow. I think that's why he's not doing it. It's because he knows he's not a right winger, so what's the point? I think he's trying to say, like, one of you have got to do this, not me. Foul on Ramsey, a free kick. Oh, man. PSG manager complaining about something. I don't know what PSG keep complaining about, as if they've not had everything given towards them in this game. Oh, man. This is just absolutely poor. We need a good, decent free kick delivery here. Burn. Oh! Willock! Willock!
Get it out!
It's a header! Oh!
Who had supplied it?
Dan Burn! Yes!
Turn around and said to you 10 minutes ago. Nick Dan Burn up front. He will knock the ball down to play it.
Yes! And that's what we wanted. That is what we fucking wanted.
Oh.
And it's Joe Willock.
Look at this. Look at this. Absolutely
Beautiful.
Perfect.
It was deflected.
Defenders
Burn.
it on. Burn knocks it in there.
And a great header.
Great
from
run
Willock.
on. Absolutely perfect. But that's what I'm saying.
Dead
Look, Burn's looking to knock it into the middle. Not ahead of it.
Yeah, just
fucking miles away.
Yeah,
Boom,
and then
straight
Willock's
Willock's
instinct is
what he
just
looks
boom.
like headering it, but at least he's hooked.
Yeah, get in. That is beautiful.
That's absolutely perfect. Just what we needed right before half time. Now, boys, settle, sit tight, and get in at half time 1-0.
I bet he's furious that he's not goalkeeper in this game.
Well, I'm actually really surprised
Chevalier
that he didn't start.
He's actually not too bad. I think. I'm sorry. Changes. Voltamada off. Sula or Vissa on. And
Is that it? Half time?
Yeah, half time.
Brilliant.
And
Well done,
if I'm
boys.
completely honest,
1-0. Well done.
if I'm completely honest, I love him, but Tonali hasn't been the best.
No.
And I think you get Bruno on because he will actually.
Well, he'll just run.
He'll
Till
just
he can't,
run.
Till he can't.
He'll run until he has a heart attack or something.
But that.
Get in. Right, I'm going to get a drink.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
going to
need
make
to
tea
get
or a coffee, but
no,
you want
just
something like a water or a squash.
Yeah, I love it. Just
discuss how you feel about the manager or something.
As I say, a penalty that we shouldn't have. Just a small water or a squash or anything, a penalty that shouldn't have been. Oh, all right, yes, they scored with a very good goal. Very poor midfield work from Newcastle, all of that first half. Ramsey probably would be the outstanding player for me of that half. He was just running and running. Didn't always work for him, but at least he was trying. But Dan Burn, all of a sudden, with 10 minutes to go before half time, just starts it. He basically just went, no, I'm doing it my way. And it was exactly what we needed. And, we've gone in at half time, 1-1. Possibility that we could have had a penalty from a long throw 10 minutes before half time, but wasn't even looked at. Very poor free kick that was given against Alanga for his yellow card. I don't believe that was anywhere near as bad as it was. Yes, the player's gone off, but I don't think it was anything to do with Alanga. I think he just buckled over on his ankle. But I can't understand how he gives the free kick to Newcastle, but then books Alanga for a free kick, for a foul. Surely would turn the free kick round, but no, obviously not. But yes, more positive play by just starting to go forward and not sitting back and waiting for it to come to us. We'll go through a few half times. Other scores: Ajax 0, Olympiacos 0, Arsenal 3, Kiryat 1, Athletic 2, Sporting 1, Atletico 1, Bodo Glimt 1, Barcelona 0, Copenhagen 1, Leverkusen 2, Villarreal 0, Benfica 2, Real Madrid 1, Dortmund 0, Inter Milan 0, Club Bruges 2, Marseille 0, Frankfurt 0, Spurs 0, Liverpool 2, Karabakh 0, Man City 2, Galatasaray 0, Monaco 0, Juventus 0, Napoli 2, Chelsea 1, PSV 0, Bayern Munich 0, Papos 1, Slava Prague 1, Paris Saint-Germain 1, Newcastle 1, and Union FG 0, Atalanta 0. So we have a look at what the Champions League table is going to be. It will give us, as it stands, we're in 8th, and we still hold an automatic place. So we still hold an automatic place at the minute in 8th as it stands with the results that are on the table at the moment. It's not looking bad for all. The only, Chelsea have obviously dropped back down because we've got that point. But we. Well, I don't know about you, Rob, but that was almost a half of two halves.
Yeah, honestly, I think for the last 10 minutes of the game, we were much better because, we actually, when we had the ball, we pressed forward, but we took our time with it, and we did what PSG did, which was play it back or play it to different people, look for the open space, break away forward, meaning they have to open up, and then keep changing, and then take that perfect opportunity. And we were just a bit, either it wasn't quite the right pass or nobody was just there in the moment. And then the free kick, it was just obviously deflected off the defender, but then Burns just first instinct was just header it center of the box. Someone just has to then get a touch to it, and Willock did that, and it was perfect. And for me, Willock, Ramsey, Burn, and possibly Elanga, although there's probably a few bits. They have been, actually the outstanding players, but you can't blame Voltemada because I don't think this is how this isn't the style that he's meant to play in. But he's required to do so much as a striker when he's 6'6", and he's then required to run past all these players and try to he's not Isaac. I'm sorry. All you need to do is have one of the wingers cut it in for him, header it, shoot, or just have him 1-on-1 with the keeper, or take on one defender. He needs the space to control. You're putting him in such a tight situation. It's just not helping him.
Yeah, it was almost like Dan Burn with 10 to 15 minutes of the half left. Just turned around and went, do you know what? I'm going to go. I'm just going to play how I want to play, go where I want to do. And he started looking for the ball.
Yeah.
And when he was looking for the ball, he was looking for it high up the pitch, and he was getting it.
Yeah.
And this is my scenario of going, are we wanting if we want a big man up front that can hold the ball off and knock it down to other players, stick Dan Burn up front then.
Yeah. I don't want to make it sound like, Voltemada's a terrible player, but it certainly doesn't look good for his image, or even probably just for him himself, that, playing him like this or in this kind of scenario.
No.
I want to see him stay on because we know what he can do, but that's unless we change tactically to play like we did in the last few minutes. and play the ball in the air and have it for him. Or we do it that we have players that are on the wing that do most of the effort, and then you play it with the midfield and maybe Volt Armada to do that last thing you need to do. If it's still going to be a struggle and you've probably all players have got to try and do a bit of effort, you go, well, Volt Armada, I'm sorry, mate, but you're not the man for this. You're not really the best with it, and you can't expect every player to be perfect at everything. Really, you go, well, this is good with the pace and he's good at taking on people and being in the position, but if it was a game where it's high in the air or you're crossing it in all the time, you go, well, Vissa, sorry, we need Voltamada for this game. It's stuff like that. But we have to adapt to someone because, yeah, I'm not saying the striker always has to score, but that's the whole point of the striker. You want to play to how, they're most likely to score.
It was a crack.
It was a good save, and
was a good penalty save.
You can't fault him for the first goal. That he conceded. It was just instant. Shot came out of nowhere.
This is what here that we're looking at it, and to me, I don't care whether that's come off Voltamada's head or not. His arm's out in the air. So, what's the difference between the first?
Well, literally, that's what Shea Given's saying. There's no difference. It just is there not VAR in the Champions League? Did they not even look at it?
Well, yes, that's why the referee went up to the screen in the first place for the original penalty.
Oh yeah, but VAR didn't even seem to bother for the.
No. Well, that was the point. The Newcastle players were asking, "Well, why is this one not getting?"
Well, what I said, Willock seemed to be really the only one called for it. That was despite scoring, Bruno didn't seem too happy there. I don't think. I think he wants on in this game. I honestly think Bruno has to come on this half. But it's 1-1. Eddie will go, well, there's no need for changes.
Yeah, it'll be the last minute. I don't believe anything will change, but you never know.
Yeah, I really hope we just continue with the way we did for that last 10 minutes. And I don't want it to be that we sort of seem sloppy. We need to keep the momentum. We need to sort of push them and, yeah. We've got to fucking really show what we can do now.
Yeah. I think what we've got to just maybe try and get some more work ethic in that midfield to be able to hold the ball up.
Yeah.
There is such a gulf from the defence to the forward.
Yeah.
And it's not it's not helping whatsoever.
I'm just trying to read what a lot of the opinion is at the minute, and the game, online on what people are sort of talking about, whether it's performances or whether it's should have been a goal or not.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look through and see what some of the things I can find, but there's nothing. Most people are all turning around saying the same thing. It just seems to be very much PSG getting all
yeah,
getting all the decisions.
Yeah, I don't understand that, how you can give a penalty for something like that, but then not later on in the game. But then also, fair enough, we did get the free kick, but how come you give a free kick to the team, but then you book a player when you look at it, he never actually made contact.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. But we're only a few minutes away from the second half. So hopefully it's going to be, you know, same as the last 10 minutes, high intensity. I don't think there's been any changes. I would love to see Bruno come on because I think he wants to. Is he on the bench? Pretty sure he is. Bruno.
Bruno is, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see him come on. If anybody's going to be bringing the intensity, you know, for anywhere on the pitch, whether it's forward or not, it's going to be Bruno because he always puts the effort in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether he is changing anything. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. The lads have been warming up as always, but I'm not. I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like you said, Dan Burn coming up, he can do well high up the pitch. It's just, you know, if we break away down that side, you know, we've got to have someone to recover well, which is always going to be the risk. But he's just he wins the ball in the air, and he actually does well with his feet. We'll say that, and then now it won't be the case, but no changes at half time, which I guess, you know, it's fine. It's 1-1, but Bruno should be warming up, or Gordon, or somebody. We don't want to seem sluggish or slow. We've got kickoff, so we want to immediately see a better performance, and we've already gone long up the pitch. Voltemada headed it behind, and it's back with PSG, and that's. I don't mind playing it high in the air, but it not all the time because it's so easily lost. And referee didn't give the foul, won the ball cleanly. Chow did. Tonali making the run does a bit too much really, and then it's back with PSG because Voltemada can't put a foot in, and neither can Alanga. Chow does perfect there. Then the ref doesn't. Actually, fair enough. The ref has actually not given fouls for once. Fair play. At the minute, it's actually been, you know, better. No touch at all.
No.
It's poor defending. Oh, it's a slight dink, but you know, you no, not really. Poor from Chow though, the fact that he just couldn't even really get a foot in there. But then also it was a poor from Alanga and Voltemada to get a ball in before. But Tonali, for me, is doing too much. Again, he wins the ball back so deep, but he tries to get forward, which is what he likes to do, which is fair enough. He can do that. Give the ball away, get up the pitch, and then ask for it back or something. Stop trying to. You're not Ben Arthur or Saint. The only two players that could do that was Ben Arthur and Saint Maximin, really.
Yeah.
And obviously others, but you know, of late, Newcastle. The PSG have it, playing it round the back. They seem it's only been a few minutes, but they're going a bit slow with playing it round the back. But we know how quick they can change it. So we just want to hold them off. not let them. But it already looks a bit better in the midfield at times. We've actually got players there. Alanga is seeming to be sort of like a fourth midfielder in a way, but he's covering the right wing still. But I mean, he has the pace. He should be able to maybe get there in time. PSG break forward do. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Spurs have scored against Frankfurt, and it's Kolo Muani. I think he's on loan to Spurs from PSG, no?
He could be right.
I think it is. Or he might be from Juventus. Oh, it was.
I think he's on loan from somewhere.
And you feel bad for him because he hasn't got much game time. Willock plays it beautifully. Oh, Alanga couldn't. It was a bit heavy from Willock, to be fair. And I think Alanga tried to stretch his foot out to touch it with the outside of his boot to then cut in. Oh, it was Ramsey, not Willock. But better there, breaking forward, playing it, with supporting players so we don't try and just, rush forward and then lose it.
You see, we're already pressing.
We're pressing, but there's
more now than what we did in the.
But immediately, it's a bit better in the midfield for closing the gaps.
Yeah.
You can still see those gaps at times when players push forward, but then we sort of close it.
Well, we're not giving them as much time. We're trying to hustle them a bit more, and I think that.
Barcola through to the middle now. Tonali's coming back to cover that area a little bit. So Hakimi on the right. But they seem a little bit slower than usual, PSG, so could be a good sign that we're managing to hold them off well. We just don't want to let them have much area to work with, really. Miley does better there. He's that's better defending than what we've seen before. And Alanga now.
Oh, that was terrible.
I think he was looking for someone to play it through to, but no one else made a run. I don't know. He wasn't playing for a penalty. I think he just tripped. Alanga now, making a run. I think he's looking for someone. He's found Ramsey. Ramsey to Miley. Miley does well. Plays it through over the top to Hall. Dan Burn fucking sprinting. And he doesn't play it to Burn. He plays it to Willock. Burn is left wing at the minute. He's doing what Gordon usually does. And to be fair, he's staying there. Willock cuts it in the middle. Oh, Hall just didn't get. Hall didn't really understand. Oh, Willock, Jesus, he's trying. To play Voltamada through. Why couldn't he try a shot? Voltamada. Oh. Tonali, Ramsey, good footwork.
Keeper stopping.
Yeah. Much better though. Willock tried that there.
Yeah.
I know
he lost it, but he was willing to win it back.
Why didn't he try a shot there?
There.
He comes in, or even there. Oh, I haven't actually tried and seen him do a shot from distance, Voltamada, bar the goal he scored against Everton, but that's because Pickford was way out of his line. Yeah. He just chipped him. But much better there. And although, we say he's struggled in the last few years, Willock in the last few games he's been in has actually been really good, hasn't he?
Better.
He's been better, but he's done what we wanted him to do, which was defend more, press more, and he's the last goal I think he actually scored for the club was against Arsenal, his parent club, and it was a beautiful header. I think his last goal was a header. So, but yeah, we have the ball again with our back line. We want a good attack again this time now, though. Pope plays it over the top. Voltamada does get it, headers it. Alanga, it's cleared away by the defender to the keeper. But a little bit better from Voltamada to play that to...
They're certainly trying to push.
Tonali is doing better, I think, in the attack. Before he seemed a bit sloppy, but I still think he's trying to do the thing where if he gets the ball, Alanga's just immediately beaten. Brilliant from Botman, but I think he's sacrificed a lot there into that challenge. I think the thing with Tonali, if he wins the ball deep in our own half, he'll try and run with it as far as he can, which is usually what Bruno does. Fair play to Botman. He put a lot in the line there. I don't know how it just must have. Alanga must not have noticed him because there's no way Alanga just let him run past so easily there. He must have just not even been paying attention. I don't know what Botman's sort of thinking with the ref. It was a good turn for Baltimore and better. I just think, I think maybe he was thinking it'll go to Alanga, but Hall intercepted it. And then, yeah, the shot was all right, but everybody was sort of past the keeper, expecting him to maybe miss it. Someone should have, maybe one of them should have been in front of the keeper just to slot it in if he palmed it away. But Bruno doesn't even look like he's warming up at the minute. Goal kick from Pope, or free kick from Pope. Poor footwork from Baltimore, but Burn fucking does really well. Baltimore, Burn is just nutty. He looked like he was going to boot it with how we ran at it, but he played it low. Again, Burn. No, Botman, sorry. Throw into Newcastle.
Burn. Getting down that wing better than the wingers are.
Yeah.
But again, have you noticed how when he makes that run, he's made it 2 or 3 times into space on that
Miley,
wing, and they don't even pass it to
looking
him.
around, scanning for someone to make a run. Plays it out to Willock on the right. There's Elanga and Voltamada. Crossed in the box. Elanga couldn't quite get to it. It didn't go too far at the top. Miley just beautiful there, though. Wins the ball. Plays that back to Ramsey. Ramsey looks to play it out to Miley. Good swing in the box from someone, and it could be to Voltamada here. Ramsey back to Chow. This is where we need a Trippier in this scenario. Miley. We're just playing it round too quick and we're not getting anywhere forward with it. We need some space. Elanga tries to find it. Plays it through to Voltamada. Voltamada. Someone should be on the right wing there. And it's immediately cut out. I'm sorry, but someone... PSG breakaway quick here. Cut into the box. Shao Neves, good block from Botman in the end, but they still have it. Look to play it in the box. Deflected off Hall's head. And that's a free kick given on a foul on Tonali in the box.
Was it Big Burn that went through, or was it Botman that goes through Tonali?
Yeah.
Somebody just goes absolutely flattens Tonali here. I don't think it was meant, but it just it's Botman, I think, innit? Well, it was the shoulder barge, but obviously.
Oh, they're next to each other, yeah. It was good. It was a good attack and break there, but then no one was really on the right wing. I get Elanga, he's sort of the right wing, but someone's sort of got to think, okay, he's breaking forward in the middle, cover for him. Because at least Elanga's trying to break into the space, I know we hate Harvey Barnes or Gordon for doing it, but that's because they do it and then they just play it back immediately.
Yeah.
But Elanga was at least trying to go towards goal or play it through to someone. But I know we're not doing too bad at the minute, and I wouldn't want to disrupt the tempo, but it doesn't even... Have we actually got anybody warming up? Because Asula and Bruno are just sat on the bench, and they're not looking really too happy at the minute. I don't know where Visser and, Barnes and Gordon are. They might be warming up, but, it's just not seeing anybody warm up for us. I would want to say that there is, obviously, but you never know. We have it back again. Hall just falls to the floor, wins a free kick. Taken quickly, over the top to Elanga. Elanga. Flag stayed down and went again! Oh, the flag stayed...
No way!
No! The flag stayed down!
Oh, come on!
You can't have the flag
I'd want to see this.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, no! What about the playing on the bottom?
25 now, I don't know. But why does he run to the end and then go, there you go, you're offside?
Wait till they've scored, then do it.
Why?
Flag straight away.
Yeah. I'm sorry, why not? You've also got mics. You can just say, he's offside, by the way, mate. Then the ref can blow the whistle. The linesman, the commentator said the flag's down. So I thought, oh, that means the linesman's obviously said it's onside or whatever. It could at least go to VAR.
Now we've got Newcastle warming up.
If we see a better angle, you could say the 25 keeping them on, but I think it might be offside.
The thing is, have you noticed the VAR don't show that the offsides anymore? Because if they've got it wrong,
yeah, they want to protect themselves.
They don't want to admit they've got it wrong.
Yeah.
So if they don't show the thingy,
kept it. Oh, it was kept in by Nuno Mendes. Breaks into the box, gets past Hall. Oh, deflected, shot at goal, and it goes wide. And they claim for a corner, but it's going to be a goal kick.
I'd like to see that again. He's kept that.
Does it take a deflection? Is it meant to be a corner?
No, it's a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a goal kick.
Doesn't come off anybody.
No, Dan Burn nearly gets it to be fair. So he would have blocked it if it was anywhere near. Pardon me. Yeah, we got excited and it was... It's just the fact, why not instant? If you go, well, maybe I'm not too sure, but then you've got VAR. Oh, it wasn't the best ball to Elanga. I'm sorry. It wasn't the best ball to Elanga there from Voltemada. I know he turned first time and played it because he was under pressure, but surely he could do better there. Oh, Botman manages to get Dembele off him. Pope, oh, Jesus Christ. Boots it up the pitch. We've got to make sure we get this because if Pope's out the goal at the minute, because he's just ran about 30 yards. It was nearly a Elanga through on goal, really. If it was just a better pass from fucking Voltemada, that would have been a beautiful goal. But again, Willock, perfect there. Just might have been offside if we actually saw the angle of it. I'm not saying he wasn't, but you could see why you could see. Playing it, PSG, just incredible footwork from Barcola to just get past everyone and sort of go across the box and take a shot, but it's over the bar. But good defending. I think we closed it down well. This is a much better half.
Oh, we're playing so much better.
Yeah.
Liverpool have fallen up. No?
Jesus. Well, it's Karabakh, isn't it? It was either going to be...
Yeah.
Because Karabakh haven't been too bad, but it's... You know, it can always be a situation where they get a... Voltemada flicks that behind. Elanga's managed to get to a header. Voltemada gets a touch to it, but there's no right wing there. Miley covers. It's going to be intercepted by Botman. Botman to Miley. Miley does a weird ball to Ramsey. Ref plays on after a foul, so we've got advantage. Willock plays that to Tonali. It's lost because Elanga, I think, gets in his way, really. He didn't give him any space. Goal. Keeper kicks it. Could be intercepted by Hall. It is. What? There's no foul there. Right, okay, ref, that's a yellow card. He's just shoved Joe Willock. There's been a few times where that keeper's made a bit of a put. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. There's been a few times where that keeper's made a mistake. I think we've got to pressure him a bit more, you know. Willock, good turn. Touch and turn is beautiful. He breaks forward. Can't quite keep in front. PSG, play it back into the box. He's going to try and play it out to Burn. Burn swings one in the box. It was a poor... Really, Willock should have crossed that in. It was... Burn had no space to cross that in. Willock did a great turn and cross, but he just didn't play it in for some reason. I think he was expecting like a Ramsey or Tonali to cut it back to, but they weren't there. But I think Ramsey and Tonali was covering the middle. But again, a good break, and it's really Willock doing a lot of the work and actually showing good footwork and dribbling. Alanga has done it at times, but he just for a pacey right winger, he's not really showing much of the dribbling technique. If I'm honest, PSG intercepted nearly by Hall, swung into the box, and it's going to go out. Alanga can put some pressure on. It's kept in by Nuno Mendes. Alanga can hold him up. Played back to Zaire Emery into the middle of Vitinha. And PSG looking to just sort of recuperate and play it into the box again. Flicked into the top, box over the top, and it's intercepted beautifully by Botman. Alanga now, really poor from Alanga. Awful from Alanga. Didn't even look. Shot straight at goal. Pope saves it with his hands, palms it down. Really poor from. He did not even look there. He just thought play it and someone will get to it. But I don't know what Alanga was doing there. I was expecting him to pass it, but I thought it would be better than that. And foul on Voltemada? No. Okay. Played into the box by PSG. Really good from Miley. Ramsey now. We just need to have a break forward here. We're not really doing well in the midfield at the minute.
All of a sudden just they've gone up the gear again.
Yeah. We're not Dembele tries a shot curler into the top corner. Tonali's telling everybody calm down and focus, because the midfield at the minute has been sort of too high up for the defence. We had that sort of flow where it goes from defence, midfield, then the wingers, and then we sit further up. Yamal has scored for Barcelona, and it's 2-1 for Barcelona now. Chelsea. All right, Barnes and Gordon have taken off their training kit, and they are getting ready to come on. They're being shown tactics. I don't know. Tic-tac-toe. And again, Hall and Voltemada just sort of collide. No, not colliding, but they're getting in each other's way. It is a throw into Newcastle, but why are we getting in each other's way, boys? You see that at times we're struggling to have the space to turn. Why are we getting in each other's way?
Yeah.
It's all fair enough coming close to support one another, but you're literally not allowing him to take a touch and turn. Voltemada has the space and plays it to Tonali, who played a weird ball over the top. I don't know who he thought he was going to play it to, but it's straight to the keeper. And now plenty of space for PSG to reach them halfway line. Vitinha plays it across. Now Willock just holding up quite well. Marquinhos running through the middle. Back into PSG's own half. We're just managing to hold them back quite nicely. Desiree Do. That's his name, I think, by the way.
What did you do?
Desiree. I think his name is Desiree Do. I think something like that. PSG just keep playing it round their back line. I think they're trying to have us drag forward, which I don't really want us to try and do too much. Hall can't quite intercept it there. And it goes further and further back for PSG, but they might look to try and do a quick switch as they've got plenty of space to run into and reach the halfway line. We get ourselves back to recover. And plenty of area on the right to play into for PSG. Cut back to Dembele. Dembele into the middle, just outside the box. Oh, intercepted by Willock, but it's back with Marquinhos. And at just the minute, we're just sort of holding them off. Hall manages to win the ball. Behind him, Tonali recovers well for him, plays it back to Hall. Hall to Willock. Willock looks to roll it to someone. Really, someone should have really come into support for Willock, if I'm completely honest. PSG now on the left-hand side. Swing into the box. That was really close for Dembele. It was just wide of the goal.
Well,
yeah, it was cheeky. He just literally just ran forward and just stuck it, turned his foot sideways. Could have been maybe offside, maybe. It was cheeky, but just wide. Gordon is now on, and don't take Willock. He's actually taken Willock off. I'm sorry. No. Willock actually was... I think he looks devastated. He looks devastated, doesn't he? Why? He actually was the only one trying on that wing. Well, hopefully maybe Dan Burn can work well with the likes of Barnes and Gordon. So Alanga and Willock are off. Two of the both of them are our scorers in the Champions League, really. So let's hope for a good effort from both of them. We'll hopefully maybe see Bruno sort of warming up soon as well, and maybe he can sort of increase the tempo a little bit in the midfield. We do win a throw in. Dan Burn looks to take it. No, Paul. Now we're not going to do anything. We're not going to get into any space for it. Willock's having a nice chat with Ramsdale. Both, I think. Oh yeah, both are. Well, I don't know whether they're at the same time, but both were at Arsenal at some point, so probably have known each other for a bit. And is that? Oh no, it's PSG. Gonzalo Ramos. He's a good striker. He's looking to come on for PSG. He could be a good threat for them. Because really, I don't think they've had Dembele, but he is more a winger. Oh, good touch from Gordon. Now can set off. Oh, wasn't the best bit of play at all. Intercepted out by Burn. Now Tonali has didn't really put an effort to actually put foot in. Yeah, it's a Newcastle throw. So now PSG are going to make the change. It looks like who is going to come off? Barcola comes off for Gonzalo Ramos. So now they have. Well, I'm not saying that they actually have a main sort of striker. It's a number 9. So we need to be careful now with how they play in the box because he can score, Gonzalo Ramos. So we have the ball now. Fucking terrible from Chow. Pope is able to collect it. Manages to recover well because I don't know what fuck. Chow's had an off game again today for me. He hasn't done too bad, but just not on it as what he usually can be. Again, PSG just have it though. That I mean, we're putting a little bit of pressure on them, but we just seem to have sort of allowed them to have the ball a bit more. Gordon applied a bit of pressure on the keeper, played, headed backwards from Gonzalo Ramos, but it's easily recovered by Burn. Back to Pope. Pope is going to take this long to Miley, who recovered by Botman, and then back to Pope.
I thought he missed. I thought he did touch there. I was like,
yeah. Pope plays it over the top again. Couldn't quite reach Barnes. We should be applying a bit of pressure on their back line with these fresh legs now. And Chow does that well. And he's still trying to hold on to the ball when really he's got players he can play it to. He does then play it to Miley. Really, he should have played it across, shouldn't he? Now we're under a bit of pressure. If Miley could play the ball to Burn, it would be great. Which is what Ramsey's going to do. But Burn wasn't expecting it. Gordon. Poor. We can see what we need doing in the moment, but they can't. So, again, poor passing. PSG have it on the left-hand side. Got players back. Played it across now on the right-hand side for PSG. Marquinhos. Dembele. Dembele probably going to maybe swing it into the box to go short to the outside of the box. Vitinha does some good footwork, plays it on the left. It's swung in by Desiree Du, and it's headed away. It sounds like a joke saying his name.
I know.
Hakimi.
Didgeridoo.
Yeah. Well,
it's a good ball
it is a good ball in the box. Well, it is the 71st minute, and we have a goal kick. I don't even want to know about our next game, but it doesn't go to Voltemada, but Miley has it, can possibly swing it into the box for one of them. Barnes can't quite get to the ball, and it's going to be a goal kick.
I think Liverpool is our next game, isn't it?
Yeah, away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy game, especially since they're winning 4-0. And yeah, but we need to just keep pushing these lot, keep applying the pressure. Hall manages to intercept it, but it's going to be a throw in for PSG. He's sort of struggled a little bit defensively. Hall, he's done well breaking forward, but defensively he struggled. Tonali, now Gordon takes a shot. Oh, good save. Intercepted maybe by Barnes. He can't, and now break for PSG. Miley manages to get in front, but he can't get the ball. And now Do PSG breaking away really quickly here, but we have got people back. We just need to sort of have them slow down. We don't want to let them score with the momentum.
Hate to disappoint you, but Liverpool now 5-0.
5? Who scored for them then? McAllister
scored the last one.
McAllister, he scored, and then Vert, and they were the only 2 goal scorers I knew. I don't know who else.
You've got McAllister scored the first.
Yeah, Vert
second. Salah third. Ekatike fourth.
Yeah.
McAllister fifth.
Wow. Yeah, so they're just running riot then in Karabakh, or I don't know if that's at Anfield. Ball played away from Pope Burn, played over the top. Gordon sprinting. He does manage to get to it, but he's got Hakimi. He does turn well. Plays it to Barnes. Barnes can turn. Rolls it to Ramsey. Oh, he takes the shot. And it's deflected. It's a corner. Much better there. Really good play. Really good play. It's unfortunate from Ramsey there.
Good play by both Barnes and Gordon, both trying to play the ball through.
Voltemada looks like he wanted it from Barnes, but I don't know. I haven't really seen him sort of shoot from a really good distance with his feet.
Come on, Big Dan.
Dan Burns up the pitch. If he scores, this will be incredible. This will be incredible. So, corner to be taken. It is going to be Miley who swings this in. Typical start at the back and then rush in. Swung in the box. Dropped. Someone dropped. Tonali slices it and it's over the bar. Someone dropped on the floor. It was Dan Burn, but I don't know what we're calling for.
It seems a bit strange, isn't it?
There's a slight push, but I don't think Dan Burn should be going down that easily, if I'm honest. Yeah, no penalty. I don't know. Dan Burn went down quite easy, if I'm honest. Visser is being instructed, so maybe a little bit of an extra pace in the middle for Voltemada, which could be a good sign. Chow, good touch. Tonali plays it through the middle. Oh, good from Voltemada. Can play one of them through. Takes a shot and it's blocked. Really poor from Voltemada there.
Was his first opportunity? He's actually had to have a swing at the ball.
I know, but we shouldn't really have taken it then. Chow, not sure who to play it to. Plays it to Miley. Miley to Tonali. Not really anybody breaking on the side more. Barnes. Now to Tonali. Voltemada's not actually really at a striker position. He's a bit too far to the side. Hall recovers it on the far left-hand side. Burn. Back to Hall. Swing into the box. Oh, it was just behind everybody. It was low. I thought it was going up in the air. Gordon just covering for when Hall was there, and Pope now has it. He's going to play it out to the right to Chow. Chow to Miley. To Voltemada. Every time Voltemada gets the ball, I feel like he's going to give it away because I just don't trust him too much. Beautiful ball over the top. Miley does really well. Zaire Emery's trying his hardest to keep up with Miley, and he's managed to hold him up. Miley plays it back to Ramsey. Ramsey to Tonali. Tonali tries playing it to Barnes. Cut out. Tonali's trying his best to play a ball, but it's not the best. And now back to the PSG keeper. PSG player out. Dembele. We're opening up a bit too easily for PSG here. We've given them a bit of space and they've played it all the way over the top left. So now PSG now on the left-hand side. They have,
well done.
As well, stands them up. We get players back, but there's still a huge gap. PSG in the middle now. Now on the left, look to maybe swing it in. Desiree, I think his name is, swings it into the box. Touch, but it's a bit heavy. It's back in the middle. Plays it out. Still in the middle for PSG, just outside our box. Into the box on the right. Good turn. Hall does really well. Can't quite cut it out and clear it. Shot at goal, blocked. Cuts into the middle again. Played back. Zaire Emery on the left for PSG. Swung into the box and headed away by Chow. But again, now it's on the right with Hakimi, who's just outside the right-hand side of the box. Played into Dembele. Tottenham 2-0 up. Solanke shot at goal over the bar from Vitinha. Very close. Wow. It just couldn't clear it. Yeah. We couldn't clear it, if I'm honest. And there was no marking on Vitinha. Yeah, just over the bar. Pope might have been able to get it, but I don't know if it was lower, it might have bent into that corner a bit more. Voltemada off for Vissa. It's a shame because there was an opportunity or two where if it was delivered higher in the air, it would have maybe had a chance for Voltemada. Or if that ball, instead of it to Ramsey, went to Voltemada, you never know. It's fresh legs down through the middle this time now. That's 3 changes made. We're still allowed 2, is it?
My God. The wrong hole.
Yeah, played over the top from Pope, and it's immediately back to PSG now, but intercepted by Ramsey. Botman can play it, he turns, plays it to Chow to Miley. We're just sort of rolling the ball, we're not playing it well, and it allows them to recover, and it's intercepted. We just play the ball and get rid of it without even looking. Really poor. They just don't even bother looking where they're passing. So PSG now get to break away again here. They're on the right-hand side. Dembele looks to play it into the middle. Now on the left for PSG. PSG are just sort of switching sides a lot. Could be cut out from Hall. It is. Gordon. Now Hall. Gordon to Tonali. Tonali's got Vissa in the middle and Gordon on the left. Tonali. What the fuck was that, Tonali? Absolutely shocking. Decided to do nothing and then it was cut out. And Miley now struggles against Nuno Mendes and they break forward PSG. And now we're struggling here. Byrne having to cover. Oh, cut out by Botman beautifully and played away to Tonali. Tonali, if I'm honest, you've been shit this game. I get Bruno on. If I'm completely honest, shocking. What? He literally had Gordon behind him, or
Gordon was on the wing, wasn't he?
Yeah,
could have even played him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He had Gordon behind him, who was on the wing, or Vissa straight through the middle. He decides to do none and then lose the ball. Get him off. Shocking. Byrne manages to keep it in. He's breaking on the left wing here. He actually looks for a pass. Plays it to Gordon. Gordon, good footwork here. Penalty. Surely, no. Referee says no. What? I'm sorry. Gordon's on the floor still, so ref has to... There is contact, apparently. Even the commentators say it. VAR have got to look at this. But VAR is apparently having a look at this, which is longer than they've checked for all the other ones we've claimed for. PSG break on the right-hand side here. And just playing it around their players, and we just need to hold off still. We don't want to let them get a goal up, really. We're knocking on the door. We just got to be a bit better with our passing. PSG still playing it. They switch it out to the right again. Hakimi looks to maybe cross one in. He plays it into the box. Swung back. Played down and cleared by Miley. Straight back to PSG though. But just allows us to breathe a little bit. Doué swings it into the box. Headed away. But it's again with PSG still. PSG on the right hand side now. Can be cut out by... No, Burns is going to leave this for a goal kick, and it's going to be a goal kick. There's surely contact there on Gordon. That's contact on the back of his foot. That's a penalty.
Yeah.
VAR obviously have not said anything or just denied it because obviously as the ball's out of play, but they've not said anything. Goal kick from Pope, headed by Ramsey, foul on the player, and now that's going to be a Wissa throws it away, which rightfully so. You know, it's a poor decision by the ref. Marley tries to intercept it, but he holds his ground. And now PSG look to break again. They have a little bit of space they can work with, but we've got to close down, and we do. On the right for PSG. Dembele looks to maybe play it in. He cuts it back. Played into the box. Gonzalo Ramos booted up by Byrne and caught by Pope beautifully. Dan Byrne does really well there. Shows his strengths. And then slip from PSG, and now we break away again. Chow plays it over the top, but it's going to be cut out again. We just seem really poor breaking forward again. Just really poor. And we're going to struggle like this for until the end of the match. And this is where we will concede. We want Bruno on. Bruno needs to come on. Be the fast tempo in the midfield. Because I'm sorry, Tonali needs to come off. If anybody's sort of going to be able to switch it from the defence to the forwards, it's Bruno. So, PSG, again, have it. They're in the midfield on the left-hand side. Look to cut back into the middle. Played on the right now for PSG. Managing to sort of close down the gaps for them, so they're probably going to have to try and play it over the top. Zaire Emery in the middle again for PSG. A bit of space really, and Tonali's the only one covering it, but we do manage to shut it down. PSG on the left, they keep switching from left, right, middle. They're not sure where to play it. In the middle again with PSG. Back on the sort of left-hand side.
Just trying to draw Newcastle out here. That's what they're trying.
But we're not letting them. And Doué on the right now for PSG. Marquinhos to Dembele. Dembele cuts it back. Ramsey now plays it to Gordon. Hall is bursting forward. Plays it to Hall. Hall plays it to Gordon. Gordon's beating his defender. Ritter is there as well. Gordon cuts it back. Barnes is there. He's greedy. Back to Barnes. Barnes shot and is saved. But that's much better. I thought Gordon was going to be greedy. Hall's struggling to really defend. I'm sorry, but I know you're a fullback, but how can he not defend that? And now PSG breakaway quick here. We've got to get men back. On the left for PSG. They look to go through the middle. In the box. Dembele. Botman manages to block it, and it's going to be a corner. We've got to defend this corner well. It was a great opportunity. I thought Gordon was not going to play it for Barnes, and then he cut it behind him for Barnes, and it was a good save. Imagine that snuck in. Please say Bruno's coming on at some point. I know he had that knock on the top of his foot, but PSG make a change. 2 changes. I think we're probably going to draw out the rest of this game with the changes we've made. I just think it's going to be save Bruno for Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah, but both teams need to get the win to give the guaranteed.
So, PSG look to take a shot from outside the box. Pope has it easily. Take a time, get people forward. Vitinha, he has been unbelievable for the last 2 seasons for PSG, and he has scored bangers like that, but that was easy for Pope. Botman over the top for Gordon again. He's beaten his man. Gordon, good touch. Can cut it through. Gordon takes a shot. Barnes! Oh, he's missed! No! Fucking way! He's missed again. Fuck me. How has he missed that? I know it bounced at some point, It bounced there, but it's
it
it
took off the
bounced.
ground
It
and
bounced.
bounced quite high.
Yeah, it hit his shin. He didn't even hit it with his foot. It hit
Yeah.
his shin. It bounced. Yeah, it's unlucky there. Really good opportunity. But again, just showing that when they actually work together instead of trying to both be greedy, it works really well. PSG goal kick could maybe be intercepted. It's not gonna be. PSG have it here. A bit of space. PSG gonna break quickly here. Intercepted by Ramsey really beautifully. He's looking for someone to make space.
Nobody
gets.
Wissa just fucking running around like a fairy. He's actually doing
nothing this game.
So far.
I thought he'd actually make an impact.
Oh,
now on the right wing, Hakimi,
well
Burn, beautiful. Botman headed it away nicely. But it's still with Pierce. Hall now. Hall now. Someone's got to run forward. Gordon's just not doing it. Where was?
Fuck it up the field.
PSG now on the left. Swung into the beautiful. Barnes played to Visser. Visser under pressure. Manages to hold up well. He's breaking on that right wing. Someone's got to break on the left. He's looking for someone on the left wing, but no one's obviously there. Visser, I don't know. So I don't know whether it's a free kick or a throw, and I don't know what's happening. You can see though, Visser was looking up to the left, so someone was not breaking on that left wing for us there. Referee's talking. Someone's on the floor. I don't know who it is. Is it Visser still? It's Botman. He might be knackered. 1 minute of normal time left. Probably 2-3 minutes of additional time, probably. And it's a throw in to us.
Say 5 minutes with all the substitutes.
It is a throw in to us. Honestly, Bruno on. I don't care whether you're saving him for the game. What's he going to do? Get tired within 4 minutes? Unless it's an injury, you know. But then you wouldn't even have
free kick.
Free kick. Tonali taking this. Tonali's not really been the best for me, if I'm honest. He's going to take his time. Tippy toes. Good ball. Wasn't the best connection for Botman, I don't think. Burn tried. Now, good touch, but Tonali boots it up in the air. Someone should hopefully win that. Someone put pressure on. 86 seconds of normal time left. I don't know how many minutes is going to be added, but I nearly got cramp in my foot.
Say 6 minutes.
4 minutes.
4.
Played over the top. Hall against Hakimi. Doing well to hold him up. Doesn't quite get the ball still, though. He didn't really do it much. I don't know why you can never really get the ball off a player. PSG on the left now. Dembele is on that side. Rolls it beautifully in. Blocked by Chow, and it's going to be a throw-in for PSG. They look to take it really quick, and they do. We need to have one more beautiful chance like we did before. PSG playing it round. They've sort of stumbled with it, and it's further back. It's near the halfway line, but they look to try and break forward on the right wing. They'll play it back on the left. You just can't tell where they're going to play. But that's because we're holding them off. Dembele, Nuno Mendes looking. Dembele and Hakimi are on the right. Switch in the middle. On the right now, Hakimi has space. So does Dembele. Shot over the bar. They had a lot of space on that right wing there.
Much closer.
Right, goal kick. Better play it up the field. You know, we've got to just hold out now, or we can easily score a goal. We've seen it. We've broken away beautifully. Pope, please be a good delivery. So goal kick, Pope straight to PSG, and then they break away on the right wing beautifully here. Now this is poor. Burn. Cut back in the middle. Miley boots it up in the air. Visser tries to header it. Intercepted by Hall. Manages to hold him off. But Hall, man!
Shocking.
Really? It's like he's not a defender, I'm sorry. He's great with his feet and whatnot, and he can win the ball if he's not if it's like falling from in the air. But tackling or doing any defending, he's shocking. Hall flexed off Hall. It's going to be a throw in. Oh man, Poor goal kick from Pope, really.
That's
This
a
out.
throw-in.
That's a throw in for Newcastle. Hakimi wasn't quite awake. Neither was Marquinhos. Both defenders, they haven't made any defensive changes. We really should be pushing here. So it's going to be a throw in here. So, Burn, telling people to get further up. He's going to throw it long over the top. Visser falls behind Visser. Ramsey pulled back. It's going to be a free kick for us. So we're going to try and be quick with it, but the ball's gone high up in the air, so we're not going to be able to really. Oh, we're going to launch this ball into the box, it looks like, or into the area. Tonali looking to take this. I would love it. Imagine. So, Tonali, please be a good delivery. Tonali, going to do this slow tippy toes. Swings it in over the top. Burn. Oh, come on. He goes down like a fly, and then ref gives a free kick, which allows PSG to break away quick here. I'm sorry, that's infringement. That's Marquinhos. That's embarrassing for someone of your level and your like what you've achieved and whatnot. You shouldn't be doing that. Oh, beautiful. Oh, and then couldn't pass it or anything. Gordon Hall's like throwing his hands like a baby, but really he should be doing better there. 4 seconds of normal time, and PSG look to break away quick here. We just got to hold off now. And Bay, ref blows. 1-1.
Well,
at least we got something out of that.
The last 10 minutes of the first half and the second half, I would say throughout it, I'd say we were the better team in the second half.
Yeah.
Just. But we did enough. For them being European champions,
yeah,
we've showed that we can play with.
Yeah.
I was the first half an hour, 40 minutes for us was bloody terrible.
I'm sorry, I love him, but Tonali was shocking that game.
Yeah.
Hall was shocking defensively. Breaking forward, perfect, but defensively, shocking.
Yeah,
and Visser just did not make an impact. Really, you probably could have actually kept Voltemada on.
Yeah.
But it's 1-1.
For me, I just think it's a shame.
Really, I would have done it.
We should have done that. We should have had it that way in the first half.
What?
The how we ended with that team.
I honestly, I feel like you should have done Gordon on for Voltemada, but keep Willock on the left and then Barnes on the right. Because Willock was just fucking... Yeah.
Whether he was just getting tired, Willock.
Yeah.
But both teams are out of the top 8. So that's...
Yeah, really good from a lot of players, but just Tonali not really on it for me.
Yeah, so we're down in 12th. Paris Saint-Germain 11th. Real Madrid are out of the top 8.
Well, then, a good performance.
Yeah.
Second half wise, mainly.
Newcastle 6-0. And Liverpool 6-0.
Oh, right.
Chiesa scoring in the 90th minute.
Yeah. Well, so technically, with that point, are we still in the knockouts then now?
Oh yeah, we're still in it. We just have to play a qualifying game now.
Yeah.
Whereas if we'd have got one more point, we'd have still been in the top 8, which is the automatic.
How do we find which ones when the qualifier games are? When is the UCL playoff draws? The playoff draws, and I don't want to know about the women's ones. 16 teams will discover who they will face in the Champions League knockout phase draw on Friday, 11 o'clock GMT. So that's Greenwich Mean Time. So 11 o'clock on on Friday. So then the top 8 sides in the league phase will automatically qualify and will avoid a potential fixture pile-up. The first legs of the playoffs will take place on either 17th or 18th of February. So where are we then? We are 12th. Honestly, it's not been a bad Champions League run, so far. Out of all the 8 games, finishing 12th, and you look at the teams ahead of us, you go PSG, Inter, Real Madrid, City, Chelsea, Barcelona, Tottenham, Liverpool, Bayern, Arsenal, and then you've also got Sporting, obviously. It's...
You'd have liked to have been above Sporting and Spurs.
Yeah, but you go, well, some of the games we've had compared to
them were,
Yeah. So, well, we could face any of the ones that are in the knockouts. So the thing is, we could face Real Madrid.
Down to
We could have Real Madrid, Inter, PSG, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Atlanta, Leverkusen, Dortmund, Olympiacos, Club Brugge, Galatasaray, Monaco, Qarabag, Bodo Glimt, or Marseille. There's a few that I don't want to say we would. This should be an easy game because knowing us, we would lose. But
it'll be our luck. We'll get fucking Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Or we could even get PSG. That'd be the sad thing. Get PSG again.
Yeah.
Be just our luck.
Well, then I think that's
it for another night of football. I'm not sure. We'll have a quick look. I don't know whether. I think obviously our next game is on. Saturday night, 8 p.m. kickoff. So we can we'll be back on and going over everything again on Saturday. But thank you very much for anybody who's been on and listened. And
Benfica are beating Real Madrid.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.